In the temples of ancient Egypt, in chambers hidden from common eyes, there existed a practice so powerful that only initiated priestesses were permitted to witness it. A mirror. Not the mirror you use each morning to check your reflection. A sacred instrument. A portal between worlds. They would sit in darkness, illuminated only by flickering flame, and gaze into polished bronze until the veil between conscious and unconscious dissolved, until they could see not their face, but their soul. This knowledge was guarded for millennia, passed down through mystery schools, protected from those who would misuse it. And then it was lost. The mirror became an object of vanity, a surface where you check your makeup, adjust your hair, ensure you look acceptable to the world. You glance, you assess, you move on. But have you noticed? You never truly look. When was the last time you held your own gaze in a mirror for longer than a few seconds? When did you last look into your own eyes without immediately glancing away? Try it now, if you have a mirror nearby. Look into your own eyes. Hold the gaze. Count to 10. What happens? A flicker of discomfort, perhaps. A subtle anxiety rising in your chest. An urge to look away, to check your phone, to do anything but continue staring. This isn't random. This is protection. Because if you truly looked, if you held that gaze long enough, something would begin to crack. The masks you wear, the versions of yourself you've carefully constructed, would start to tremble. And beneath them, you would see what you've spent your entire life avoiding. Your true face. Not the face you show the world. Not even the face you show yourself in passing moments. But the face that exists before all performance, before all conditioning, before all fear. The ancient Greeks called this practice katoptromancy. The Taoists spoke of seeing the original face before your parents were born. In Egyptian mysteries, it was the first gate of initiation. 7 masks fall away. 3 mirrors reveal truth. 1 ritual changes everything. This is not metaphor. This is technology. Sacred technology that works through your nervous system, your breath, your willingness to stop running from yourself. In the next few minutes, you will understand why this practice was reserved for initiates, why it was hidden in temples, why most people live their entire lives without ever truly seeing themselves. And by the end, you will know how to use it. Let me tell you what happens in the moment you avoid your own gaze. You approach the mirror
eyes meet your reflection. For 1 second, perhaps 2, you're looking directly into your own eyes. And then something shifts.
A whisper rises inside. Don't stare. That's strange. Move on. So you do. You check your appearance, assess your face, maybe adjust something. But you don't stay. You don't look deeper. You flee. This isn't an accident. This is design. From the moment you were born, you learned which parts of yourself were acceptable and which were not. When you cried as a child and were told, "Stop crying," you learned that grief was unwelcome. When you expressed anger and were punished, you learned that rage must be hidden. When you showed vulnerability and were mocked, you learned that softness was weakness. So you did what every human does to survive. You created a mask. Not one mask, many masks. Layers upon layers of acceptable versions of yourself. The psychologist Carl Jung called this the persona, the character we perform for the world, the self we believe we must be to belong, to be loved, to be safe. And here is the sacred truth they don't teach you. This persona isn't you. It's a carefully curated highlight reel, an edited version, a performance so practiced that you've forgotten you're performing. Think about it now. How do you present yourself at work, with your family, with strangers, with intimate partners? Are these the same person, or are they variations of a role? You are strong when you want to cry. You are agreeable when you want to scream. You are composed when you're falling apart inside. You smile when your heart is breaking. This is the mask, and it's exhausting. Almost every woman I've worked with tells me the same thing. I don't know who I really am anymore. I've played so many roles for so long that I've lost myself. You are not alone in this. This is the human condition under patriarchy, under capitalism, under any system that demands your conformity over your truth. But here's what makes the mirror so powerful, so dangerous to the structures that control you. When you truly gaze into your own eyes in the right conditions, in darkness, in candlelight, in silence, the masks begin to slip. The carefully constructed versions start to dissolve, and what lies beneath emerges. For some, it's the shadow, the rejected parts, the anger you've suppressed, the grief you've never processed, the needs you've been taught to deny. For others, it's emptiness, the terrifying realization that beneath the performance, you don't know who you are. And this is precisely why you look away. Not because you're weak, but because some part of you knows if you truly see yourself, you can never unsee it, and everything will have to change. The ritual of the 3 mirrors is not invention. It is remembering. For thousands of years, initiates in mystery schools understood this. Transformation follows structure. Chaos yields to architecture. And the architecture of self-revelation has always moved through 3 distinct portals. The first mirror shows you the persona, the mask you wear for the world. The second mirror reveals the shadow, what you hide even from yourself. The third mirror dissolves form entirely. It shows you the face beyond all faces, your essence before conditioning, before birth, before name. 3 gates, each one deeper than the last, each one requiring more courage than the previous. But before you can pass through these mirrors, you must understand what guards them, what keeps you from seeing clearly. 7 masks, 7 archetypal patterns of self-deception that every human wears in different combinations. Listen carefully as I name them. Notice which ones resonate in your body as I speak. The mask of success. I have everything under control. I am achieving. I am productive. I am valuable because of what I accomplish. The mask of strength. I don't need help. I can handle everything alone. Vulnerability is weakness. The mask of victimhood. I am powerless. Life happens to me. I am at the mercy of circumstances beyond my control. The mask of pleasing. I must be what others need me to be. My worth lies in making everyone comfortable. I cannot disappoint. The mask of control. If I plan perfectly, nothing bad will happen. I must anticipate every outcome. Uncertainty is danger. The mask of desirability. My value is my appearance. My power is being wanted. Without beauty, I am nothing. The mask of transcendence. I am beyond worldly concerns. I am spiritual, not material. I have risen above basic needs. Did you feel it? As I named them, did certain masks tighten around your face? Did you recognize yourself in one or more? These are not personal failings. They are survival strategies, adaptations to a world that punishes authenticity and rewards performance. But they are prison bars nonetheless. In the Egyptian mysteries, priestesses spoke of the 7 veils of Isis. Each veil represented an illusion that must be removed before the divine truth could be seen. Each gate of the temple required leaving something behind: a belief, an identity, a cherished story about oneself. The Eleusinian mysteries in ancient Greece followed the same pattern: descent, confrontation, revelation, return. The Taoist masters taught their students to find the face before your parents were born, the original nature beneath all conditioning. Every authentic spiritual tradition understood this. You cannot know truth while wearing masks. You cannot see clearly through layers of self-deception. You must strip away layer by layer until nothing remains but essence. This is not comfortable work. The masks exist for a reason. They protect you from pain, from rejection, from the terror of being truly seen. But they also separate you from yourself, from your power, from your authentic desire, from the life you came here to live. The 3 mirrors ritual is the alchemical process for removing these veils. Not through force, not through shame, but through witnessed recognition. When you see the mask clearly, it loses its grip. When you meet the shadow without fleeing, it integrates. When you glimpse essence, you remember what was always true. But this cannot happen in ordinary consciousness. You must create the conditions. You must prepare the vessel. The first step is not looking into the mirror. It is preparing the sacred space where true seeing becomes possible. The ritual begins not with the mirror, but with the space around it. Ancient priestesses understood this. The temple must be prepared before the portal opens. Darkness, fire, silence. These are not theatrical elements. They are functional keys that unlock altered perception. Your rational mind operates in bright light, in noise, in the familiar rhythms of daily life. It guards the gates. It maintains the masks. To bypass these defenses, you must shift the conditions. Darkness disarms the thinking mind. In low light, your visual cortex relaxes. Habitual patterns of seeing dissolve. You become receptive to what lies beneath surface appearance. Candlelight specifically, living flame, not electric bulbs, creates movement, flickering shadows. Your ancestors gathered around fire for hundreds of thousands of years. This is coded in your nervous system. Fire whispers to something primordial within you. Silence removes external anchors. When there is no sound pulling your attention outward, your awareness turns inward. The internal world can finally emerge. Now, the first practice. Listen carefully. Choose a time when you will not be interrupted. Late evening or early morning, when the world sleeps. Find a room you can darken completely. You will need 1 mirror. A bathroom mirror works, or any mirror you can face comfortably. You will need 3 candles, matches or a lighter, and a pen and paper. Darken the room fully. No electric lights, no screens, only darkness. Light your 3 candles. Place them behind you or to your sides so the flame illuminates your face without creating harsh shadows. The light should be dim enough that details soften, but bright enough to see your eyes clearly.
Position yourself before the mirror. Sit or stand, whichever feels stable. Remove anything connecting you to ordinary time. Watch, phone, distractions. Notice what happens in your body as you prepare this space. Your breathing may slow naturally. The atmosphere shifts. This is not imagination. You are signaling to your nervous system. We are entering ritual consciousness, sacred time. The external preparation has begun the internal preparation. The vessel is being readied. The space is prepared, but you are not yet ready to see. Your ordinary consciousness is too defended, too analytical, too quick to judge and categorize. In this state, you will only see surface. You will only see the mask staring back.
You must cross the threshold. You must shift into receptive awareness. The key is your breath, specifically the ratio of inhale to exhale. When your exhale is longer than your inhale, your parasympathetic nervous system activates. You move from fight or flight into rest and receptivity, from doing into being, from thinking into sensing. This is not theory. This is physiology being used as portal. The second practice. Begin now if you are seated before your mirror. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4. Slow, natural, filling your lungs. Exhale through your mouth for a count of 8, twice as long. This is essential. Continue this rhythm. 4 counts in, 8 counts out. Again, again. As you breathe, gaze at your reflection, not aggressively, softly. Look specifically at your own eyes. Do not stare hard. Let your gaze be gentle, almost drowsy. Allow your eyes to slightly unfocus. You are not looking at your face. You are looking through it, as if the surface were a window. If your mind begins to analyze or judge, return to counting the breath. 4 in, 8 out. After 2 or 3 minutes, you may notice your face seems to shift. Edges become less defined. Features blur. You feel strangely distant from your own reflection. This is the doorway opening. You are no longer in ordinary consciousness. You have entered the threshold state, and the first mirror can now reveal itself. Continue breathing. Continue gazing with soft focus. Now, from this altered state, ask yourself silently, who am I trying to be for the world? Do not answer with words. Do not think about it. Simply observe what happens to your face. Watch closely. As you hold this question, Notice what expression arises naturally on your face. Is there subtle tension in your jaw? Are you holding a faint smile? Are your eyes guarded, performing openness while remaining protected? This is your social mask, your persona, the character you have practiced so thoroughly that you wear it without knowing. For some of you, it will be the mask of success, the face that says, I have everything under control. I am capable. I am achieving. For others, the mask of strength. I need no one. I can handle this alone. Vulnerability is weakness. Perhaps the mask of pleasing appears, the face that says, I am whatever you need me to be. I will not disappoint you. Love me. Or the mask of desirability. Eyes slightly lidded, expression carefully composed to attract, to seduce, to maintain worth through beauty. In the Greek mysteries at Eleusis, initiates underwent successive unveilings. The first was always this, confronting the public self, the identity carried from the outside world. Only after recognizing this constructed self could they proceed deeper into the temple. You are at this first gate now. The third practice, while continuing to gaze, while maintaining your breath, name what you see. Speak it internally or whisper it aloud. I see the mask of control. I see the mask of strength. I see the mask of being fine when I am not fine. Stay with this awareness for 1 to 2 minutes. Do not judge it. Simply witness. Some of you are thinking, I don't see anything. I just see me. Look closer. Is there tension you are holding? A slight tightness around your eyes? A held quality to your expression? That tension is the mask. That holding is the performance. The mask you have just witnessed is only the surface, what you show the world to survive, to belong, to be accepted. But beneath it is what you have hidden your entire life, and it is time to stop hiding. You have seen the mask. Now comes the descent. The second mirror reveals what the first concealed. Not who you pretend to be, but who you refuse to be. Not the polished surface, but the rejected depths. This is the shadow, and meeting it requires courage that most will never summon. Every mask exists to hide something. You wore the mask of strength because you are terrified of your own weakness. You performed success because you fear being seen as failure. You became the pleaser because you could not bear rejection. Beneath every performance is the thing being hidden. The anger you were told was unacceptable. The grief you never processed. The sexuality you were shamed for. The needs you learned to deny. the vulnerability you were taught meant weakness. Carl Jung understood this. He called it the shadow, the aspects of self we exile into darkness because they threaten our belonging. But exiling them does not destroy them. They live in the unconscious, influencing every choice, every relationship, every fear. The ancient Egyptians knew this too. Before resurrection in the Duat, the soul must traverse the underworld, must confront the demons. Not external monsters, but the rejected fragments of self demanding integration. This is Negredo, the blackening, the alchemical stage of descent into darkness before transformation becomes possible. And the mirror in candlelight becomes the portal to this underworld. The fourth practice. You are still gazing. Your breath is steady. 4 counts in, 8 counts out. Now ask internally, what am I afraid to see in myself? Do not force an answer. Do not think about it logically. Simply allow whatever arises to arise. Your face in the mirror may begin to distort, features shifting, becoming unrecognizable. This is not hallucination. This is your shadow emerging into visibility. You may see a younger version of yourself. The child who was told she was too much or not enough. The teenager drowning in shame. The woman who learned to silence her voice. Emotions you have suppressed for years may surge. Rage you swallowed. Grief you never allowed. Fear you pretended did not exist. Let them rise. Breathe through them. You may see qualities you judge harshly in others. Neediness, cruelty, manipulation, greed. These are often projections of your own disowned shadow. What you cannot accept in yourself, you cannot tolerate in the world. Whatever arises, do not look away. This is the test. Say internally, or whisper aloud, I see you. I am here. If tears come, let them fall. If your body trembles, allow it. If rage surfaces, breathe it through without action. This is release. This is integration beginning. Almost every woman I have guided through this work sees something she would rather not. One saw the rage she had suppressed for 30 years. Another met the grief of her mother she inherited but never processed. A third confronted the parts of herself she was taught were shameful. You are not alone in this darkness. Every human carries shadow. The question is whether you will continue to flee from it or turn and face it. In the the old traditions, they understood. You cannot transform what you will not acknowledge. The shadow must be witnessed, named, accepted. Only then does its power return to you. Stay with this for 3 to 5 minutes. Do not rush. This is sacred work. Uncomfortable, yes, but necessary. And when you are ready, when you have held the gaze of your shadow without fleeing, the third mirror becomes possible. Stop for a moment. Breathe. You have traveled far already. You have seen the mask you wear for the world. You have met the shadow you hide even from yourself. And here is what has changed. You know now. You cannot unknow. You could close your eyes right now, blow out the candles, return to your daily life, to your routines, to the comfortable numbness of not looking too closely. But you cannot return to ignorance. The masks you recognized, you will see them now every day. When you catch yourself performing strength while crumbling inside, you will know. When the pleaser takes over your voice, you will feel it. When success becomes the armor you hide behind, you will notice. The shadow you met, it will not disappear because you looked away. It will continue showing up in your dreams, in your triggers, in the people who irritate you most, until you integrate what you saw. This is the ancient test. Not whether you can see truth, but whether you have the courage to embody it. In the mystery schools, this was the moment initiates turned back. The moment they said, "This is too much. I am not ready." And perhaps you are thinking this now. Maybe I should stop. Maybe I am not prepared for what comes next. But listen closely. Readiness is a story the ego tells to delay transformation. If you were not ready, you would not be here. You would have left minutes ago. The question is not readiness. The question is willingness. Are you willing to see what you truly are, beyond all masks, beyond even the shadow? Are you willing to encounter your essence? If yes, the third mirror awaits. Continue gazing. You have been looking for 10, perhaps 15 minutes now. Time has become strange, fluid. You may not be certain how long you have been sitting. This is correct. You have left ordinary consciousness. You passed through the persona. You met the shadow. Now release even these. Let the form itself dissolve. The Zen masters asked their students, "What was your original face before your parents were born?" Not the face shaped by genetics, not the identity formed by culture. The face before all conditioning, before language, before birth, before form. This is what the third mirror reveals. fifth practice. Continue your breath. 4 in, 8 out. It may have become so natural you no longer count. Allow this. Gaze at your eyes in the mirror, but now with 0 effort to see yourself. Do not try to recognize your features. Do not analyze what you see. Instead, ask, what is aware of this face? Hold this question lightly. Do not search for an answer. Simply rest in the asking. As you do, your face may begin to transform. It may become luminous or shadowed, or it may appear to be someone else entirely, a stranger, an ancestor, a being you do not recognize, yet somehow know. For some, the face dissolves completely into light. For others, into darkness. For still others, the features blur until only the eyes remain. Pure seeing, awareness gazing at awareness. This is rubido, the reddening, the birth of the philosopher's stone after the blackening. You are no longer looking at yourself as object. You are resting as awareness itself. Your true face is not what you see. It is what is seeing. Some of you will experience this as profound peace, spaciousness, a sense of vastness opening within and around you. Others may feel nothing dramatic at all, simply a quiet recognition, a knowing without words that you are not the roles you play, not the masks you wear, not even the emotions you feel. Both experiences are valid. Both are the threshold. Stay here as long as you can maintain it. 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10. There is no correct duration. When it feels complete, you will know. A natural ending will arise. Do not force it. Allow the practice to complete itself. You have encountered what the Taoists called the mirror of the sage. The Hindus named Atman. The Greeks knew as nous, pure consciousness before all form. And now you must ask this consciousness what it requires of you. Your essence is not silent. It has been waiting to speak. But you must ask, and you must listen in a way you have never listened before. Not with your thinking mind, not with analysis or logic, with your entire being. The sixth practice. From the stillness you have accessed, from the dissolution you have witnessed, speak aloud or whisper. Ask, what do you need from me? Or ask, what must I do now choose the question that arises naturally. Then, silence. Wait. The answer will not come as thought. It will not be the voice of your ego constructing solutions. It may come as sensation in your body, warmth spreading through your chest, a tightening in your throat, an opening in your belly. It may arrive as a single word appearing in your awareness, or a phrase you did not consciously create. It may show itself as an image, a memory, a vision of something you must do, somewhere you must go, someone you must speak to. Or it may come as pure knowing. No words, no images, just certainty. Do not second guess what arises. Do not analyze whether it makes logical sense. Your essence does not speak the language of logic. It speaks truth. Receive it. Trust it. If nothing comes immediately, remain open. The answer may arrive hours from now, days from now, in a dream, in a sudden recognition while walking. You have asked. The question is planted. Now, the ritual must be sealed. Ritual without integration is merely experience. What you have witnessed must be anchored into the physical, through ink, through fire, through earth. This is the alchemical principle of fixation. Transformation must be made permanent. The seventh practice. Step back from the mirror now. Sit with paper and pen that you prepared beforehand. Write immediately. Do not wait. Do not edit. Stream of consciousness for 3 to 5 minutes. What you saw in the first mirror. Which masks you recognized. What the shadow revealed when you met it in darkness. What your essence communicated in the third mirror. How you feel now in this moment. When you have written, read what you created. Circle or underline anything you are ready to release. Beliefs that no longer serve. Masks you will no longer wear. Patterns you choose to dissolve. Now, using one of your candles, burn the paper. Have a bowl or sink ready for safety. As it burns, speak these words or words of your own. I release what no longer serves. I reclaim what was lost. I embody what is true. Watch the paper become ash. This is transmutation. Lead into gold. The old identity consumed by sacred fire. Take the ashes. Either blow them from a window, returning them to air, or take them outside later and bury them in earth. Both elements complete the cycle. Air carries what must disperse. Earth receives what must decompose. Notice your body now. Often there is lightness, spaciousness, a sense of completion. The ritual is sealed. But understand this clearly. The real work begins now. Living from what you have seen. You have walked between worlds, crossed through the portal, returned, but you are not the same. And this return, this integration into ordinary life, requires as much care as the ritual itself. In the next 24 to 48 hours, you may feel disoriented, spacey, hyper-aware, as if a veil has lifted and you are seeing everything too clearly. This is normal. You have altered your consciousness deeply. Ground yourself through the body. Walk barefoot on earth if possible. Eat warm, nourishing food. Sleep. Your system is integrating what your mind cannot yet comprehend. In the first week, you will notice the masks in action. When you catch yourself performing the pleaser, the strong one, the one who has it all together, you will feel a jolt of recognition. There it is. I'm doing it again. Do not judge this. Simply notice. Awareness itself begins to loosen the mask's grip. The shadow material may surface unexpectedly. Old memories rising. Dreams becoming vivid and symbolic. Emotions emerging that you thought you had processed years ago. This is not regression. This is integration in motion. The shadow is coming home. Journal it. Feel it. Let it move through your body without attaching story. Some women practice this ritual monthly with the new moon. Others once per season. Others once per year at a threshold time. Each time you return to the mirrors, you go deeper, see more clearly, integrate more fully. Over time, you will notice you become harder to manipulate. When someone tries to guilt you into performing a role, you see through it immediately. Relationships shift. People who related only to your mask may feel confused or pull away. Those who recognize your essence will move closer. Decision-making becomes clearer. You know what is true desire versus what is conditioned should. Energy returns. The exhaustion of maintaining performance lifts. Authenticity, even when challenging, is less draining than pretense. If intense emotions arise after this work, grief, rage, fear that feels unmanageable, seek support. A therapist who understands depth work, a trusted guide, a wise friend. This does not mean you did something wrong. It means you touched something real, and real transformation sometimes requires witness. You are still here. You did not look away when the work became uncomfortable. You did not flee when the masks began to crack. This tells me something about you. You are not seeking surface transformation, quick fixes, comfortable lies. You came for truth, and truth is what you received. Remember the image from the beginning, the ancient priestess, the polished bronze mirror, the flickering flame in the temple darkness. That lineage is not dead. You just joined it. Every woman who has the courage to look into her own eyes without flinching, to meet her shadow without running, to witness her essence without grasping, she becomes part of this unbroken chain. Your masks will try to reassert themselves. The ego does not release control easily. The shadow will test whether you truly integrated what you saw or merely glimpsed it. Your essence will ask if you meant what you realized in the depths, if you will live from that knowing or return to sleep. This is lifelong work, not a single revelation, but a continuous choosing. Not perfection, but willingness. At the beginning, I said you avoid your own gaze for a reason. Now you know the reason, and you know what waits on the other side of that avoidance. Not horror, not emptiness, just you, the real you, waiting to be seen. The three mirrors are always there, whenever you are ready to look again, whenever you need to remember who you are beneath the performance. The portal remains open. I am curious. Which of the 7 masks did you recognize most strongly in yourself? Or did you encounter something I did not name? A mask unique to your story? Write it in the comments below. Not as confession, but as witness. Others reading this need to know they are not alone in wearing it. Your true face is not what you see. It is what is seeing. Remember this.